talk about is how important it is to not let him wrap my head. Okay? So I'm using my arms to make a frame because if he wraps my head and gets this tight shoulder pressure, then I lose any real leverage. I'm stuck using my arm strength and not my bone structure because I don't have enough space to make a frame with my bone structure. It's already too late, right? Now I might be able to work myself free, but the most effective way is as they're entering into side control, I make these frames. Now, I'm looking to make a frame with my hands by making 90-degree angles with my forearm here. And I want to make a connection to the ground with my head so that my frame really extends kind of from where my arms make contact with him through to the floor. So now the more pressure he gives me, the more I kind of engage that frame and keep him down on my hips and keep him from wrapping my head. Now the game I like to play when I make these frames is called sticky hands. And so that's when wherever this arm goes, I follow it. So Stephen, go ahead and wrap my head. Yeah. I make sure that I keep my hands always in contact with that arm. If he tries to go over the top, I want to make sure I don't get overextended with this arm. So once it crosses my center line, I just pass it to my other hand. And if he comes back, right, there we go, same story, I'll pass it back here. Go ahead and wrap my head. Look, he's trying to come underneath. I keep that elbow connected, right? Good, let's switch so you can see Stephen. So I have to treat him wrapping my head as like game over. I almost consider that like getting caught in a choke. If he's able to wrap my head up and now I don't have space to be effective with my bone structure, I mean, I have to wait, I have to be patient. It's not comfortable, he's smashing. So I start early with this game. Now, there's got to be a point where I have to look for my exits. So I tend to post this foot up and frame against this elbow so that this leg is completely free and it's looking for a path. It's not always across in front of the knees. I usually find it right by the hip. So I don't have any weight on this foot. So now when I hip escape, that knee can trace his hip, right? And if he's continuing to give me pressure, then I can point that knee up and recover the position, right? Let's sit one more time. All right, let's set this up like this, right? When you're guard passing. Early, I want to have this frame set up right in the bend of the elbow. When I post, I switch this hand, right? Again, I take in consideration my center line. If I don't switch this hand, and this hand is what, my right arm is the one that's framing, well, there's a certain point when I try to get to my side that this arm is reaching across my center line. So I pass it over. I make like a C-clamp here, and I catch that elbow. But look, I have a frame here with my arm extended. This is not like muscular power I'm using bone structure. And then I push off of this foot with this frame engaged, and that allows me to slide that knee across, and I can recover guard. Let's try.